This one's a good one. Next we have Kup. From, obviously, like, he was from the set that came out for the 1986 movie, at least I think so. Assume so. So here's his car mode, which I've actually always really liked. I don't know why, but I've always been a fan of Kup's alt mode, which is funny because it's not the most attractive looking car ever, but it just kind of grew on me over the years. Maybe I like the car mode so much because the robot mode is a totally different story. Yeah. Yeah, so there's robot mode Kup. He's quite the looker. My friend actually tried to convince me not to take him just because his face is just so ugly. And I mean, it's not horrible. It's just not the most attractive thing ever. And he's got this weird thing where he only has half a head. Like, hello, where's the rest of it? Just flat on the back, but whatever. I find his arms kind of awkward too. Like, once you get him in the right spot, they look fine, but if you get them wrong, man, they're just weird to look at. He's got these really long legs too. Like, his proportions are just kind of strange. But, you know, I had to take him because now I can start my little Wreckers collection, starting with Slightly Ugly Kup. If he had a cigar, he would look better, don't you think? Yeah. Next. And that would be Blur, who I'm sure you all just realized, hey, that Blur's missing a piece. The front of him is gone. Yes, because when I picked him up in robot mode. And the front of his car is his shield. And so when I picked him up in robot mode, I didn't even think about this piece up here. And then I transformed him and I'm like, that is a weird looking, not finished car. And that'd be why. But I'm assuming if I had the rest of him, I would love him. I really like his alt mode too. I'm a fan of these like futuristic, non-existent cars. I like them. And I like his color scheme a lot. I like that set of blues. But let's make him a robot and see what I think about that. Ooh, he's got some loud joints. So here is Blur in robot mode. He has kind of similar proportion issues to Kup, but not quite as bad. His arms are pretty stubby, and his legs are pretty long, and his joints are really tight. I don't know if they're supposed to be like that, but they are loud and hard to move. I do like his face sculpt though. I mean, I like his whole head, really. It's a little kind of creepy looking, but I don't care, because it's kind of cool. Yeah, I definitely don't feel as disgusted by him as I do when I first look at Kup. But I do think these toys are a bit more awkward and clunky than the other ones that I picked up. I didn't get Rodimus or anything like that, so I don't have like the whole set to compare, but just out of Kup and Blur, I feel like these guys are pretty awkward looking. But I like both of them as cars, so once I get the front of Blur and he's complete, they'll probably just stay as cars. At least until I get more Wreckers for Kup. But so that's it for him. Next toy. Now this one's in some rough shape. He's missing a lot of pieces, at least from what I can tell. And he looks like he was very well loved when my friend was a child, so that's okay. And that would be Wheeljack here, who's got really loose joints, missing pieces, really scratched up and stained paint, and he's all together pretty much worse for wear. But you know what, that's okay. For me anyway, there's something very likable about having a toy that you know was very well played with and very well loved. Like, I can tell that Wheeljack, he had a lot of fun when my friend was a child. So yeah, even though he's, you know, missing some pieces and his arms don't really look at their work right, it actually looks like they're about to fall off, it's okay. Not to mention, it's Wheeljack, so who cares? I have a Wheeljack. Let's see how he looks as a car. I mean, and his wear and tear isn't quite as obvious when he's a car. Once again, love the car mode a lot. It's a great little car. But yeah, I mean, he's well loved, but he's not in horrible condition. He's definitely still playable. He's just not quite as posable and not quite as nice to look at in robot mode, but that's okay. I think I have a couple more. Oh yes. Ah, yes. Oh boy. I was so happy to get this guy. Obviously, you all know who this is. This is Soundwave. And you guys all have probably owned like 50 Soundwaves, but you know what? I have never had a Soundwave like this before. I have had animated Soundwave. It turns into a car, which is cool and all, but it's not this. It's not a cassette player. That still blows my mind. I love him. Obviously, this is just his alt mode, which is awesome. Let's turn him into a robot so I can just talk about how much I love him even more. I have to say, these lever hand things, I don't think they really do this anymore, like where they have the little thing you push up and down for the hands. I actually kind of like it, but I don't think any of my animated toys, I don't think any of the animated toys did that at all. So that's interesting. He's got his big metal feet, which are awesome. I love the metal bits in these. So yeah, there's Soundwave as a robot. Dude, I can't believe I have one of these. The only thing that's kind of off about him, one, he obviously doesn't have the battery pack or whatever went with him, but that's fine. I don't care about that. And his head is a little, kind of wants to fall back, but that's okay. He's just looking up, because he's always looking up to Megatron. So he's just like, hey Megatron, what's up? And with him, I got, okay, Frenzy. I will say that he's Frenzy because I know that's what the toy is called, and that's what I prefer. In the show he was Rumble, but whatever. And there he is. His stickers are actually really worn down, but that I kind of just noticed from the reissue of Ravage and Rumble that I got, that's kind of just how it is. Like, the stickers are really hard to keep in good condition. But there he is. There's a little Frenzy. Love him. So yeah, these guys are great. I'm so happy. So happy to have these guys. And that's basically it for like the normal Transformers. I have a couple other things in my bag. Mainly these little guys right here. These are actually like Coke bottle toppers, I guess. I've seen other ones before from other TV shows, and I saw these on my friend's shelf and I was like, oh my gosh, can I have those? She's like, yeah, sure. So we have Optimus Prime and Jazz and Starscream. And what I like about these is that they actually, I mean, they look like they were just basically based off of the toys and not necessarily the show. I mean, because look at Starscream. That definitely looks like he was just based on the toy. But I mean, these are really fun. Little fun things to have. So there you go. And last but not least, I know a couple of you already know about me getting this guy, and I know some people hate me. I'm sorry. But pick him up. Yes. I am now in possession of a G1 Scorponok, and he is epic awesome. I actually am not going to talk about him really in this video. I'm going to make his own video just for Scorponok, because I actually haven't tried to figure out how he transforms yet. I just haven't had the chance. And I want to like really be able to talk about him because it's a G1 Scorponok. Be expecting that video relatively soon when I talk more in depth about our friend Scorpy here. But that is it. Those are the G1 toys that I picked up, and I am so happy to have them all. They're so great. Even though some of them are a little worse for wear, that's okay because, you know, they're still G1 toys that I didn't have before, and they were all free. So my next video will probably definitely be my Wreckers 4 review, and then I'm going to try to get the Scorponok video out after that. I'm trying a couple new things. In case you couldn't tell, I'm actually using a real camera for this video. It's allowing me to shoot in a different way in my room that's making the lighting not so terrible. Is it the best quality still? No, of course not, because it's me and I can't have good quality videos. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go play with my toys. Bye.